welcome. Hey, I'm Kat Miller, and I have a question for you. How good are you at attracting people's attention online? How good are you at actually getting people's attention online? Because you can have the most amazing program or service, but if you don't know how to grab attention, it's like having a Porsche in your garage and not taking it out, right? So you're sitting on a gold mine. If you have a great offer, a great program, a great service, just give me a Y in the comments. If you have a great program, a great service, or great offer that actually helps people, that helps improve the quality of someone's life, and you don't know how to attract people's attention online, then you have a Porsche in the garage. So write the word Porsche in the comments if you have a Porsche in the garage, meaning you have something really valuable that people can use. And so I want to show you in this video how you can get people's attention. So what is it that grabs attention? I'm going to explain some of the science of it, because we know that we can do crazy stuff to get people to gain people's attention, but how do we actually maintain attention? We could do something outrageous or shocking or alarming to get someone to stop the scroll and go, what? Hey, what? It could be something cute or entertaining or fun or funny. But in order to actually get a client to take someone from having their attention to maintaining their attention, so they listen to you, so they keep reading your post or your blog or your email, they keep watching your video and not just go, hey, what's this? And then jump straight off. We need to be able to gain their attention, maintain it, and then build trust. And there's certain elements that we need to include in order to build trust. And ultimately, what that leads to is inspiring someone to take action. And ideally, the action leads them one step closer to working with you. That is the goal of this training. We all have an internal gatekeeper, and it's subconscious, and it keeps us safe, and it helps us decide which content, posts or videos or emails or whatever it is that's coming at us, right? The things that are coming at us through our phone, through our laptop, through our iPad. It's like an internal system to help us filter what to pay attention to and which ones to scroll on by. There was a Harvard study done that showed that 90% or more of our decisions are made subconsciously, so under the surface. They're not logical. It's not like we've got this 3-step checklist of, okay, only stop on a post that has X, Y, Z, or it needs to say this, this, and this. Often we're scrolling, we don't even know what we're looking for, or we're having a look, we're Googling, we're on YouTube, or we're just surfing the net, right? And when we decide what to stop on and what to engage with, what to keep reading or watching, it's subconscious. And so if you don't know how to speak subconscious, like the language of the subconscious mind, and speak directly to the subconscious mind, you're probably trying to get people's attention through logic, but that very rarely works, because it goes in order of the brainstem, which I'm going to unpack in this training. When you know how to arrange your words in a way that gets people's attention through moving up the brainstem in the right order, you'll get more engagement, you'll get more interest, more desire, and most importantly, you will have people that are inspired to take action to work with you. And this is what I call compelling content. I've got a whole program on this. This is something I'm super passionate about helping coaches and consultants and service-based business owners to improve on, because if you can get this right, your written and spoken words, you can attract clients consistently without having to spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, without having to go and do a master's in communication. You can actually start applying these principles straight away and making money. Super exciting. So to get someone's attention, we need to understand the science of action. What actually makes someone take action? And so there's 3 parts of the brain, and they go in order in terms of which part we need to engage. The first thing that we need to look at is instincts. So when we're scrolling, we're actually in an instinct mode. And the instinct is like a gatekeeper. It happens super quickly. We don't even consciously process it. It's subconscious. It's super quick. And what we're asking at a very subconscious level is this going to move me up my hierarchy of values? That's what's happening at a subconscious level. We're thinking, does this align with my values or not? At the most primal level, we're thinking, is this safe? Can I trust this person? Is this going to actually waste my time? Or is this going to give me a return on investment for my time? Whether that's in entertainment and we laugh, or whether we learn something that we didn't know, or we're inspired with something that maybe we knew but we had forgotten. It might be a story that warms our heart, that makes us feel something, right? Great content makes us feel. But we've got to get past that gatekeeper of instinct. And that is, will this thing give me a return on investment of time and by increasing my values? Does it go up in my values? So if you think about it, there are things that are super important to you, things that are less important, things that are not very important, and it's like a spectrum, right? Let's say things that are very important to you are 100, that's your ultimate high level core values. Things that you couldn't care less about that are at a 0, and everything in between. And it's a hierarchy, it goes in order. And all of us have different things. So when I'm at my family parties and my uncle starts talking about motorbikes, it's dropped in my values hierarchy. I couldn't care less about hearing the details of his motorbike. And he couldn't care less about hearing all about business and personal development and the things that I'm into, right? So this is happening at the instinct level. And if we want to get someone to take action, we've got to move up the brainstem. The next one, so that's like the hindbrain. You've probably all heard of the lizard brain or the reptilian brain. That's happening there at instincts. The second level up the brainstem, it's like the next gatekeeper that we've got to get through is the emotion, which is activated in the imagination. So we've got to get people to feel. We've got to move people. We've got to connect with their heart, not just their mind. So instinct, imagination evoke their emotion. And we do this through creating pictures. We do it through getting them to imagine a scene playing out, to be aware of a problem that they maybe didn't know they had, or you're articulating that problem so well that they think, oh my gosh, she gets me, or he gets me. Oh my gosh, I can really feel the truth in this. And then the third layer, once you've got through the instinct, the imagination, then we get to the intellect, the intelligence. And that's happens at the prefrontal cortex of the brain, which is the logic, the analysis, the structure, right? So a lot of people try and meet people here first, but they haven't come through the gatekeepers of instinct and imagination. And it always goes in that order, always. This is the science of action. So there are 3 ways that I teach that are super effective in grabbing that attention and moving up the brainstem in the correct order. The first one is to talk about a specific problem that your ideal client has. A specific problem that your ideal client has. So if you think about this values hierarchy, right? Like I'll give you an example. Today my laptop charger stopped working. It stopped charging my laptop and my laptop was dead. And I said, right, if I can't work today, then I'm stuffed because I have to run a Facebook Live, I have to run my group mastermind program, and I've got heaps to do. So I grabbed my keys and went straight to Macquarie Centre to JB Hi-Fi to buy a new charger. And I was quite on a mission because I'd already planned out my day and I wasn't banking on my laptop charger not working. So I'm on a mission. I'm going up the escalator with everyone else with their masks on, which is so much fun. And this man like leaps out in front of me and says, I need to stop you. I really need to talk to you about the flying doctors. So he has a stand set up with another guy, and they are raising money for the flying doctors. So he has obviously learned about attention and he leaped out in front of me. So obviously that stops me and I have to make a quick decision. My mission was, I'm in a hurry, I want to buy a laptop charger, I want to get home and do my work. So I said, I'm sorry, I can't talk. So right in that moment, his value was get her to pay, get her to donate. My value was getting home, getting the charger and getting home, right? So it didn't go higher in my values than getting to JP Hi-Fi. Yesterday, I had someone message me to say they were doing Dry July, and she'd seen a post that I did a day or two ago talking about how I had a cancerous tumor removed, and so her red flag went up like, oh, hey, I'm going to ask Kat to donate to this cancer cause and make a donation. And so because that was on my hierarchy and now in my attention field, I don't know if I would have seen that if that hadn't happened to me. But now on the hierarchy, it was like, that's actually important to me. I want to donate to that now. And so when you think of these little examples where you have to make a quick decision, you think about your values. And this is why a lot of people donate to causes that they have struggled with or a family member has. Anytime a human tries to pull you down in that hierarchy of your values, you're going to get annoyed. And that's why I got annoyed with that person trying to slow me down today, because it's like slowing you down from something that's important to you. One of the reasons human connection breaks down is because one person talks about what's important to them, but not important to that person, and vice versa. And we're missing each other because we're talking about things that are maybe important to us, but not the other person. And we're trying to pull people's attention into things that are maybe lower and less important to that person. So you want to have in mind when you're creating compelling content, is what I'm about to talk about important to my ideal client? And this is why it's so important that we understand our ideal client and their specific problem. Because if we can speak to their specific problem, that's going to get them in that instinctual level, like, oh, this is important. This is one of my number one problems right now. She's talking about it, and she's talking about it specifically, and she really understands it. So if there's a problem preceding the information that you're about to give in your content, that becomes important. That pushes someone up in their values hierarchy. Are you getting this? Is this awesome? Just give me a why if you're getting it, if it's making sense to you. Just put a why in the comment if you're getting it. By the way, give me a like or a love or a hello, just to add that engagement to the algorithm and get people paying attention. So anyone on the planet will be receptive to your content if you shift them up in their hierarchy of attention. People scroll past you if you shift them down in their hierarchy of values. So when people stop and consume your content, it's because you're shifting them up. They think they're going to get a return on investment of their time. And you do this by sharing the very, very specific problem, right? Because as soon as they realize that you're talking about something that you really understand, and then number two, you go into the cause of it. So number two is share the cause of the problem. Suddenly you position yourself as someone who can solve that problem. So share the cause of the problem. Number two, share the cause of the problem, revealing something contrarian. So contrarian content is so powerful. Contrarian is when you are contrary to something. So think about the opposite of what you want to share. I was teaching this in my group tonight, in my mastermind group, and we were talking about Russell Brunson calls it throwing rocks at your enemies. You don't throw rocks at a specific person or a specific business, but more like a concept. So let's say you're a coach, a nutrition coach, and you help people with losing weight, and you do it through a keto diet. So all of your recipes and all of your suggestions are keto. You might throw rocks at a calorie counting diet, or a points counting diet like Weight Watchers, or if it fits my macros. So you choose something to go against. If you teach people how to run marathons, you might be contrarian to CrossFit or high intensity interval training. If you're a parenting coach, you might go and you're very hands-on parenting. That's a method that you teach. You might go against people who are very hands-off parenting. If you are a mindset coach that focus on, let's say, self-love and self-care versus someone who, like, as a healing modality, versus someone who focuses on contribution and service as the priority for healing, for example. Hey, Philip, good to see you. So share the opposite and contrast the cause of the problem with what other people teach you. So the way I do this, for example, is I teach how to create compelling content through written content and through spoken content. So I believe that one of the fastest ways to build trust is by getting on video. So yes, written content's powerful, but it's not the fastest way to build trust. And so I might say, hey, doing a blog post once a week is not the fastest way to get clients, or joining a clubhouse room or starting a podcast is not the fastest ways to get clients. The fastest way is through one profitable presentation. And so that's that contrarian content. So just to recap what I've talked about, just to make it super clear. So number one, we talk about a specific problem your ideal client has. That's why you have to have an ideal client and not just have a very vague niche. Number two, you share the cause of the problem, revealing something that's contrarian, what you stand for, what you stand against. Number three is you share the exact solution of that problem. And if you can teach someone something that they don't know, or that they knew but they haven't heard it in that way, and they hear it in a way and it drops, the penny drops, oh, I get it now, and they actually take action on it, that is super valuable. If you organize your knowledge in a way that shows the exact specific problem, the exact cause, what's the cause of that problem, and then what's the solution of that problem, and you've organized your knowledge into a pathway, a roadmap, a blueprint, a game plan for someone to follow, that is super valuable. It's not, oh, I need to go and watch 20 YouTube clips and read 20 articles. If someone's organized their knowledge, people are willing to pay for it, and your brain pays attention and your value increases. Every time you open your mouth on social media or put up a post, you are constantly positioning yourself. So my question to you is, are you consciously lowering or raising your positioning? Sorry, subconsciously lowering or raising your positioning. We want to consciously raise our positioning. And the best way to position yourself is to teach someone something they didn't know, or teach it in a different way. When you organize your knowledge in a way that has a pathway, people pay for a path. That's what people pay for. They pay for a path. They pay for you to take them through a process that speeds up their results, that accelerates the process for them. This is what I teach to my clients. This is the system that I personally use to get clients consistently, following these principles. And this is what I've used to get to my business to 6 figures per year. I typically get at least 3 people booking discovery calls with me every single week by applying these principles. I use them in my written content and in my spoken content. But what I'm talking about with the attention grabbing and the hierarchy of values and unpacking the problem, the cause of the problem, and the solution of the problem is particularly helpful in your posts. You can do this in organic posts. You can do it in your Facebook group. You can do it also on emails. And you can do it without having to spend any money on ads. This strategy is so powerful because when someone understands what's really going on and you invite them to take the next step towards you, you can get clients very fast. So I would love to teach a small group of people this, and I've had this in the back of my mind for a long time, and I've talked to some people about it, and a lot of people are really keen, and I've decided to do it. Not straight away, but I'm going to be doing it in about 2 weeks. I've decided to create a 30-day compelling content mastermind. And in the mastermind, I'll be taking a small group of people through the process of how to craft their content in a way that opens up the right communication in people's minds to understand your value, to truly call in your ideal client. quality clients who will want what you have to offer, who will sign up as clients because of the way you've crafted your language. When we speak to the subconscious mind, when we know how to craft content, which is what I'll help you to do in this mastermind, in a way that the right people can immediately see what it's all about and what's in it for them, you can write organic posts that attract and convert people with no ad spend. So this mastermind is for people who are already in business. You've already had paid clients, so this is not for people just in startup stage because it's quite a high level mastermind. You don't have to be on a certain amount of money per month or anything like that, but you are good at what you do, you really care about people, and you also have a particular ideal client. You've settled on that. You're not still wondering about your niche, because that's not what that's not going to fit for this mastermind. This mastermind is, you've got a great offer already. I can always help you tweak that a bit if you want to just take it to the next level, but you've got an offer. You already know your ideal client. You're already in business. You've already had clients before. So if you're interested in hearing about it and being considered to be part of the small group, just send me a DM, just direct message me, and we'll just have a chat over Messenger to see if you're a good fit for the mastermind and to make sure that you get results and you actually get clients from your content. And if you're the right fit, I'll give you all the details to get you started. It's going to be a very exclusive small group so that everyone gets personal coaching with me, and I'm doing the content makeovers with you every single week, and all the support in between. So just send me a direct message if you want to be considered, and I would love to help you create compelling content, not as one-off posts, but as a strategy, so that you can get consistent clients coming in and build your business to 10K or more every single month by using your words. So I hope that's really helped you. It's great to have you on here. Those of you who are on here, I can't see all of you who you are unless you put something in the comments, but give me some love, give me some likes, put hashtag replay if you're watching this on the replay. If you've got any questions, pop it in the comments box. I will respond personally to every single question, and don't get stuck, because this is quite advanced. It's simple once you know how, but it is an advanced strategy. So if you're wondering, how do I actually do that? How do I craft my words in a way that positions myself, that shows my organized knowledge, that unpacks how to do this? Just pop questions in the comment. But otherwise, love you heaps. I'll see you next week, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Take care. See you soon. Bye.